What's going on, everyone? So, Lakers are down 0-2. It's frustrating. And it just seems like this is a team that the Lakers just cannot overtake, cannot overcome. Same result every time. Lakers look good. Denver weathers storm. They come back. And then, boom, they end up winning the game. And it's just like there's nothing Lakers can do about it. And I get the frustration. You're going into game 3. And to me, it's like, how does this team look at this and approach this? Right? Obviously, from a fan perspective, we're all frustrated. We're all, there's a lot of people screaming, series is over, series is done. It's not over, it's not done yet. But game 3 and 4 are basically do or die. You win those 2 games, it's a series. Now it's a best out of 3. You got to win 2 out of those 3 games. And if you can do that, well, then guess what? You're advancing to the next round. If you don't, then you're going home, right? It's that simple. You can't afford to lose any of these games at home, right? I've said it from day one. Get us to a game 7. So in order for that to happen, the Lakers just have to win all their home games. You win all your home games, get to a game 7, let the cards fall where they may. Anything can happen, right? But the last 2 games have kind of gone the same way, right? First half, great. Lakers look like a team that's finally going to do it. They're finally going to beat Denver. Finally going to get over that hump. And then they just fall apart in the second half. So do the Lakers look at these last 2 games and go, man, we can't beat this team. It's like no matter what we do, we're up 20. Like we cannot get over the hump on Denver. Or do they look at it as like, hey, we should have been up 2-0, right? We were in control in game 1. We let it slip in the third. We were in control game 2. We let it slip in the third and the fourth, right? It's like these second halves have been brutal for the Lakers. If the Lakers can just make the adjustments in the second half, then they would win these games. So the problem is can the Lakers put together a full 48 minutes against Denver? I mean, that's easier said than done, right? And can they, when they do, Denver's always going to throw that punch, right? You're not going to, more likely than not, unless it's just like one of those games where you just shoot the lights out or Denver just has an atrocious game. More likely than not, you're not blowing Denver out. You're not beating Denver by 20, 30, right? Even in game 2, when we were up 20, right? I was even saying the watch on stream, right? Like, I don't think anyone expects us to beat them by 30. Like, Denver's going to come and they're going to throw that punch. It's just, can the Lakers weather that? And unfortunately, they weren't able to weather it. And then Jamal Murray hits the game winner, and that's it, right? Now you're down 0-2. But there have been a lot of goods from game 1 and 2. And the Lakers have been in prime position both game 1 and 2. They just have to, like, game 2, the big question was like the third quarter, right? You saw game 1, Lakers are in demand early. You get into the half. And then by the end of the third quarter, you're done, right? Like now you're playing catch up and, against Denver on the road, like that's the last thing you want to do. And we weren't able to get over that hump. And guess what? Denver beats us. And then game 2, it's like, okay, just get to the third quarter, right? You're up 15 going into the third. Like, can you handle business, right? Like, then you get to the third and you go from 15 to 20 and it's like, there we go. This is what we needed, right? Extend that lead. You didn't let Denver get off to a run to start the third. You're doing what you're supposed to do. Denver's going to throw that punch. So be ready, be prepared. Denver throws a little bit of a punch. The Lakers throw back, right? Denver throws another little punch. Lakers throw back. And it's like, okay, here we go. We're weathering. I love it. And then all of a sudden, you just see the drop once we got to the fourth. You have a 10-point lead going into the fourth. It's like, okay, good. Lakers still kept it double digits, right? They got it to, I think it was like, 6 or 7 in the third. Lakers were able to extend it back into 10. And it's like, okay, there we go. Double-digit lead, right? Just, again, weather. What does Denver do? They come out, they throw the haymaker, they throw another haymaker, another one, and then boom, that final one that just knocked the Lakers out. And part of that comes down to Darvin Ham. It's making the halftime adjustments. And look, Darvin Ham, we've talked about, he's a terrible coach. He's not a good coach. But it's hard, and it's not even a defense of him, just coaches, period. You'll see a lot of coaches, even the best coaches, don't make a ton of adjustments when you're up 15 at halftime, because it's like, just keep doing what you're doing, right? Just keep tacking away. But Darvin Ham has to figure something out for that second half. The team as a whole needs to figure out something for that second half. This is 2 straight games going into the half that you are in control, that you should have won, right? Like, you're up 3 in the first game, which, isn't a ton, but you still have a lead. And in the third quarter, you get outscored 32-18. And then in the fourth quarter of game 2, you get outscored 32-20. It's just like, you got to stop. They got to figure out their offense in the second half, primarily, right? Because it's like, part of it, I think, is just the Lakers getting out of what is working and what has worked. You see them, they kind of start getting stagnant. Instead of just playing their game, they're like trying to kill clock. It's like they just want it to be over with. But to me, it's like, and it's not just like you see teams, period, do this. And it's always driven me crazy. Of like, you'll see teams that, even the best teams will, you got a 20-point lead, and instead of continuing to do the things that got you there, it's like, let's just pull back. All right, let's start shooting some threes and see if we can really extend this lead. And it's like, no, the way you extend it is how you got it. You don't then all of a sudden, now that you got it, go and switch back and go, okay, well, now let's just sit on the ball and let's start, being, and I understand the concern of like, okay, if you pick up the pace, right, and things aren't going well, now you're putting Denver in a position to get out in transition, which gets them more shots and more opportunities. So you want to kill some clock to an extent. But again, obviously your plan isn't working. When you're just out there playing and the Lakers are just out there hooping, Lakers are winning. Lakers are looking good. And then as soon as they get that lead, they start slowing it down. And, and look, I'm not saying go 100 miles an hour every possession, right? There are times where, you'll see, like even in the watch alongs, I'll even say like, hey, hey, this is a good time. Slow it down, get a good shot, right? But it's usually when the offense isn't generating any type of offense, right? It's not when things are cooking and you have the momentum and your foot is on the gas, you're going 100 miles an hour and it's translating to success. Right? It's like, like you're on a racetrack and, you're doing your laps, right? And you're winning. Like, are you just going to stop and slow down in a race? No, you keep pedal to the metal, right? Because that car behind you is going to catch up. So it's the same thing to me. It's like the Lakers, just play your game. Stop getting into this like, okay, we're going to play our game for, 24 minutes, look good, things are clicking, things are going well, and then we're just going to go over here. We're going to do this. And we're going to play into like Denver's hoping you get away from your game plan. Right? Denver's hoping that you stop doing the things that are leading to success. Like, you have Denver down, get them down. Right? Like, we get all stagnant on the offense side. It's like, but Anthony Davis has touched the ball the last 4 possessions, right? Like, maybe get AD the basketball. Let him put it on the deck and generate some offense. Go get a bucket, right? Like, what are we doing, right? Like, guys hitting shots, move the basketball. Why are we just holding the ball at the top of the key for 20 seconds? And then now we got to kick it out for a bailout shot to Reeves or D'Lo or LeBron or whomever. It's like, why? When we were swinging the ball and the ball was moving and we weren't stagnant and, we weren't standing one play. All of a sudden, Denver's moving all over and trying to keep up and you're running through them. We got to figure out these second halves. We got to figure out how to put together a full game, right? We figured we have the formula for the first half, right? It's the second half that's killing us, right? First two games, if the game was over at halftime, Lakers would be 2-0, baby. But unfortunately, it's not how it works, right? Lakers have to play a full 48 minutes. They have to put it together for a full game. Hopefully they can. We're going to find out, but they got to fix that second half. They really do. Anyway, as always, this is a discussion. Pass question on you. Let me know your thoughts and opinions down in the comments below. What do you think? How do you feel? Do you think the Lakers can fix their second half woes, their offensive woes? Do you feel like, they just kind of get away from what's working when they get a lead? Do you think that it's just Denver, it's just what they do, right? Which it is. You got to give Denver credit. Denver's just, they're Denver. They're good. But I also feel like the Lakers have beaten themselves, especially that second game. That second game, Lakers really beat themselves. Right? 20-point leads in today's NBA are nothing. 20-point leads are the new 10-point leads, right? Teams go on 20-0 runs all the time. But, got to get this W. Anyway, again, love your thoughts and opinions down in the comments below. That being said, if you haven't liked this video, hit that like button. Helps me a lot. Helps me enjoy these types of videos, and I truly appreciate it. Not subscribe channel, hit that subscribe button. Turn on the bell notifications. Appreciate y'all. See you in the next one. Thank you.